I recently had one of my subscribers reach out to me and ask me a couple of questions. I guess he's just getting into the hotshotting and he's doing car hauling. And so he asked me, how to get started and some other things. And his biggest concern was, how is he going to find loads? And he's actually a CDL hotshotter. So he's coming from a semi freight going into CDL hotshotting cars, which means he can haul as many as he wants to buy a big enough truck for. I think he's going to be doing a 3-car hauler or 4-car hauler or something to begin with, because he's talking about getting a 350 or has gotten a 350. Either way, his question was about how to get loads. And of course, if you're in the business, if you're watching this, then it's the load boards. But his concern was, being a new MC, could he get on the load boards? And yes, you can get on the load boards. It doesn't matter whether you're 10 years old in the business or 10 minutes old in the business. You can get on the load boards. So Central Dispatch is kind of the big boy in the load boards. There's other ones out there. Assertus and others have their own load boards. Metro Loads is another one out there. But those load boards typically, you got to be at least like a year down range. Some of them only 6 months, but most of them are a year down range. Again, this has to do with basically being a new entrant. Until you're 18 months old, your MC has been established for 18 months. You're not going to be able to. You'll still be in the new entrants, so you're not a permanent status on your MC. So I think that was his biggest concern, is to work. But yes, so I told him the best thing to do is to sign up with his everything in place. To go ahead and sign up with Central Dispatch, and you can find some cars on there. Is he going to make a bunch of money? No. Is the money going to improve as he moves down? Absolutely. One of the things that happens to you as you move down range, if you know what you're doing and you're nice to your customers, is not only do the brokers then tend to send you stuff via email, but you can get some direct customers. There's a guy in Savannah that was one of my first direct customers. He contacted us. We went through Central Dispatch, and then he contacted us afterwards and said, "Hey, can I just go directly to you?" And yeah, sure you can. So we started, working with him and picking up his cars and stuff from him from Jacksonville to Savannah. And that happened a number of times. That's how we grew our direct customer base. It got to the point where our use of Central Dispatch was predominantly on return runs from direct customers. So we ended up with a lot of that work. Just go right on Central Dispatch. No matter how young you are, there's always brokers out there that are starving to get these cars moved, and they'll usually use you. Got to make sure your insurance is in place. $1 million if you're going to handle vehicles. You got to have $1 million insurance. Make sure your cargo insurance is up at $100,000, which is the requirement anyway for the FMCSA, and they'll hire you. Thank you.